Dear children, today we are going to know about the double fertilization in plants. For 1 marks purpose, we will explain only about definition. For 2 marks, we have to define the double fertilization and also how it happens, we have to write in simple method. For 4 marks, it is better to write definition about pollen grains, fusion also. If it is for 8 marks, we have to add structure of ovule, process of pollination, how it occurs, definition and diagram also. First, double fertilization definition is union of one male nucleus with the egg and the second male nucleus with the fusion nucleus is called double fertilization. Double fertilization occurs in flowering plants. Second one, about pollen grains. Pollen grains, flowers contain stamens and carpels. Stamens are the male reproductive organs. Stamens are also known as androecium and stamens produce male sex cells called pollen grains. Pollen grain contains single nucleus at first. When the pollen grain reaches the stigma, then the division takes place and the single nucleus divides and forms two nuclei. Structure of ovule. An ovule is a egg-shaped structure attached by the stalk to the inner side of the ovary. At the center of each ovule, there is a microscopic embryo sac filled with food and water. The embryo sac consisting of 7 cells and 8 nuclei, 2 of which are important to our discussion. One is the large central cell containing 2 nuclei. These are called polar nuclei. 3 cells are present at the anterior side and these are called antipodal cells, and the other cell is the egg. It is located at the end of the embryo sac closest to the opening through which the pollen enters. 2 synergid cells are present on either side of the egg cell. When the pollen grain reaches the stigma secretes sticky nutrient fluid, contains sugars, and it helps the pollen grain to germinate. Pollen tube contains 2 nuclei. One of the 2 nuclei fuses with the egg to form a zygote. By the time egg cell has been fertilized, the 2 polar nuclei combine to form a single fusion nucleus. Now the second nucleus deposited in the embryo sac by the pollen tube moves to the center and unites with the fusion nucleus. The zygote develops into embryo. Union of one male nucleus with egg and second one with the fusion nucleus is called double fertilization. Zygote divides several times to form embryo within the ovule. The ovule develops a tough coat and generally converted into seed. The ovary grows rapidly and ripens to form the fruit. Meanwhile, the other floral parts fall off.